On board the KTX, Seok-woo, a father racing against time, accompanies his daughter, Soeun, from Seoul to Busan. But as the train hurtles forward, an apocalypse erupts, turning most of humanity into ravenous zombies. Amidst the chaos, passengers grapple not only with the undead but also with their own desperate instincts. The KTX becomes a battleground for survival, where family bonds and primal instincts collide. In this video we'll explore the mysterious and thrilling train journey. Before we begin, a sub to channel will be appreciated. In the starting, a truck passes through a toll booth being sanitized due to a nearby nuclear plant leak. The driver complains about the delay but is assured by workers. Distracted by his phone, he hits a doe. Despite appearing dead, the doe rises as infected. In Seoul, Seok-woo, a busy fund manager, struggles to balance work and family, particularly his relationship with his daughter Soeun amid his divorce. Despite his hectic schedule and unintentionally repeating last year's birthday gift for Soeun, she expresses a desire to visit her mother in Busan. Initially hesitant due to work commitments, Seok-woo's mother convinces him otherwise by showing a video of Soeun's school recital performance, which he missed. Overwhelmed with guilt, Seok-woo decides to book tickets for the next morning's KTX train to Busan. As the train prepares to leave, a young woman with an enormous bite wound boards. Outside, the station manager notices people screaming at something unseen. Swan witnesses the manager being attacked by a rabid human. Frightened, she heads to the bathroom. Meanwhile, in other train cars, an attendant encounters the infected woman who transforms into a zombie. The attendant becomes a zombie too and runs into the baseball team's car. The two zombies attack most of the baseball team, creating a horde. Only 4 students manage to escape. Zombies overrun the train. Swan unknowingly heads towards danger while searching for a bathroom. Seok-woo, awakening to her absence, learns of violent riots outside. Panicked passengers flee past him, prompting him to search for Swan. He finds her facing a zombie horde and rescues her, fleeing back to their compartment. In their haste to barricade the door, they almost lock out fellow survivors Sang-woo and Song-kyung. They discover the zombies can't open doors but still pose a threat. Song-kyung cleverly uses water and newspapers to conceal their presence from the zombies outside. The conductor reassures survivors that the train will stop at Daegu station instead of going to Busan, as the military has been dispatched there. Yeon-suk learns about the situation in Daegu and Seok-woo overhears, realizing passengers will be forcibly quarantined. He arranges a separate pickup to avoid this. At Daegu station, Seok-woo heads for the east exit with Soeun while others head to the main exit. A homeless man follows them. They encounter an injured soldier, whom Seok-woo rushes to help, only to find a horde of infected soldiers approaching, overwhelming the injured soldier. As the survivors flee the station, they encounter a group of uniformed men who are revealed to be infected soldiers. The deployment has failed, and chaos ensues. Passengers are attacked and infected as they scramble back up the escalator. Seok-woo instructs Soeun to run, and she collides with Song-kyung and Sang-woo, who are returning to the train. Song-kyung takes Soeun to the platform, while Sang-woo fights off zombies alongside Seok-woo and Yeon-guk. After locking the exit door, they sprint toward the train. Yeon-guk's friends are attacked and turned into zombies on the platform. Meanwhile, Jin-hee, Yeon-suk, and a few others successfully board the train. Song-kyung and Soeun also board, but chaos erupts when a glass bridge above the train shatters, releasing more zombies onto the platform. In-gil and Jong-gil are separated, with Jong-gil forcibly dragged into Jin-hee's compartment as she watches In-gil, Song-kyung, and Soeun flee in the opposite direction. As chaos unfolds on the train, Song-kyung, Soeun, In-gil, and a homeless man barricade themselves in a bathroom within an infected compartment. Meanwhile, Yeon-guk, Seok-woo, and Sang-woo secure a safe compartment. Sang-woo discovers that zombies are blind in the dark and react only to sound. They rescue trapped survivors and head toward the first compartment where Jin-hee, Yeon-suk, Jong-gil, and the manager are. Yeon-guk informs Jin-hee of the rescue, but she and the others react with hostility, locking their compartment door. Yeon-guk tries to break it open, while Seok-woo and Sung-woo fend off zombies. Realizing time is short, Sung-woo sacrifices himself to distract the zombies, allowing Seok-woo to escape with Swan and Song-kyung. Before being consumed, Sung-woo shares the name he chose for their unborn son with his wife. As chaos erupts, the survivors break down the locked door and pile into the compartment, closing the second door behind them. Unfortunately, Injil is too slow and gets eaten. Sequel confronts Yansuk, realizing that Sungwa and Injil could have survived if not for the barricade. Yansuk falsely claims Sequa's group is infected, instilling fear. They force Sequa's group into the hallway between compartments. Yansuk and others tie down the knob to prevent re-entry. Jongle, devastated by her sister's death, sees Injil's face among the zombies. She acknowledges her sister's life and blames the compartment group for herd mice. In a desperate act, Jongle opens the door, allowing zombies to flood the safe compartment. The survivors in the hallway witness the tragic outcome as passengers claw at the barricaded door. The conductor receives news that Busan has successfully held off the zombie infection. However, debris on the tracks cuts off their train before reaching Busan. The conductor instructs the remaining survivors to follow him as unblocked train. They'll have to exit the train and cross zombie-filled tracks. Determined, he discovers an empty cargo train, starts it up, and heads toward Busan, searching for other survivors along the way. As the survivors exit the train, Yansuk, who had hidden in the bathroom, survives the zombie horde. He hears the conductor's announcement and fights his way out, chased by zombies. Meanwhile, Sukwo's group heads to a cargo train. A burning freight car separates Jin-hee and Yongguk from the others. Yansuk, pursued by a zombie, follows them. He sacrifices Jin-hee to the zombie, leaving Yongguk devastated. Jin-hee turns and attacks Yongguk. Yansuk, injured, reaches the cargo train but betrays the conductor and boards alone. On the other side of the wreckage, Sequo, Swan, Songkyang, and the homeless men are trapped under a train surrounded by zombies. Seokwu attempts to crawl under the train, but the hole seals shut, leaving the others behind. A shattered window releases a group of zombies toward them. The homeless man sacrifices himself, allowing Sequo to clear the debris and rescue Songkyang and Swan. They reach the cargo train's outdoor platform. Sequo encounters Yansuk, who is infected but still coherent. Yansuk pleads to be taken home, reciting his address and mother's name. Sequo reveals Yansuk's infection, and within moments, Yansuk turns into a zombie. Sukwu battles the zombified Yansuk, preventing him from attacking Suin and Song Kyong. Injured, Sukwu knows he'll turn soon. He guides Suin and Song Kyong to the cockpit, instructing them on using the brakes at Busan Station. Suin tearfully shares her unfinished recital song, meant for her absent father. In a heartbreaking farewell, Sukwu locks himself out of the cockpit, leaving Suin screaming for him to return. As the infection spreads, Sukwu walks toward the end of the train car, clutching his bloody hand. Suin cries inside the cockpit, while Song Kyong tries to hold her back. Sukwu recalls happy memories of cradling Suin as an infant. Despite being fully zombified, he smiles toward the sky before falling off the car and onto the tracks, leaving his fate ambiguous. As the train car reaches the tunnel leading to Busan Station, they encounter debris blocking the track. Exiting the car, Suin and Song Kyong walk down the tunnel, unaware that they are being observed by the Busan military. A sniper prepares to shoot them, uncertain if they are infected. However, Suin's mournful rendition of Aloha Oe convinces the soldiers they are uninfected, and they rush to help.